What up, everybody? My name is Dana Harris with Young Gurus Math Tutoring, and I'm back again to drop some more math jewels. In this video, we're going to multiply using scientific notation. We're going to multiply using scientific notation. This definitely comes in handy in science class, but it's taught in math class. It's applied in science class. All right, so let's get right into it. I have a couple of examples. Example 1. Let's see what I got. 5, we're going to go real simple. 5 times 7 times 10 to the 7th power. All right? Now, all we actually need to do is take the two numbers that are leading off. So we take the 5 times 7. All right, so 5 times 7. And then I take that times 10 to the 7th power. Well, 5 times 7 is 35, and then times 10 to the 7th power. But this is not scientific notation because remember, that first number has to be between 1 and 10. If you're not sure about that, pause it and maybe go watch the video on scientific notation. All right? So, this number actually has to be between 1 and 10. So I need to take this decimal, it's right there, and I need to do that, move it to the left right there. So that's just like dividing it by 10. So I get 3.5 times. Now if I divide this by 10, I need to actually multiply this by 10. Okay? I have to multiply that by 10. So if I multiply this by 10, it's going to, we have to add the exponents, 7 plus 1. So this gives me 10 to the 8th power. And that's our final answers. You may want to pause that one and run it back a little bit. It's all good. That's why you're watching the video, so you can learn at your pace. We're on YouTube University. All right. Example 2. Let's say I have 5 times 10 to the negative 7th power times 3 times 10 to the 6th power. All right. Watch. Now, they have different powers of 10. But because we're multiplying, we actually can apply the commutative property. The commutative property means we just change the order of these because it's all multiplication. So all we have to do is just change the order of all 4 terms. Okay? So I'm going to simply say 5 times 10 to the negative 7. Actually, let's do this. Let's put this term first. So let's do it like this. So we're going to say 5 times, I'm going to do this other one, 3 times 10 to the negative 7 times 10 to the 6th power. Same thing, just different order. All right, so the commutative property. 5 times 3 is 15. 10 to the negative 7 times 10 to the 6. Remember, they have the same base, so we have to add the exponents. All right, so negative 7 plus 6 is negative 1. But it's still not scientific notation because that first number is not between 1 and 10. So I need to take my decimal and move it right there. Well, remember, this is dividing by 10. Well, I have to take this and multiply it by 10. Okay? So if I do that, I got to multiply that by 10. And that's like 10 to the 1 power. Same thing. All right? So that gives me 1.5 times. If I add these exponents, because they have the same base, negative 1 plus 1 is 0. So 10 to the 0 power, which actually 10 to the 0 power equals 1. So this really equals 1.5. But this is your answer in scientific notation. All right? And I try to provide a variety of the types of problems that I do on here because I know, you know, the teacher is not going to give the student just one type of problem. Okay, so that's why you have the videos can be long. As a math teacher myself, I would not give all the same type of problems to a student. That is a 7. It's an ugly one, but it is a 7. All right, let's clean it up. All right, so 10 to the negative 7. So 7.2 times 10 to the negative 1 times 4 times 10 to the negative 7. We're going to do the same thing, just use the commutative property. All right, so I'm going to have 7.2 times 4 times 10 to the negative 1 times 10 to the negative 7. All right, 7.2 times 4. 7 times 4 is 28. 2 times 4 is 8. So 28.8 times 10 to the, remember we got to add the exponent, so negative 8. But remember, this is not in scientific notation, so I need to move that decimal. So boom. All right. So remember, if I move this to the left, I'm dividing by 10. I gotta multiply this by 10. Okay, and I'm gonna put that 1 on there just because I don't like it, but I'm gonna put it there. All right. So I have 2.88. And if I add these exponents, I have times 10 to the negative 7 because negative 8 plus 1 is negative 7. This is your final answer. All right, let's do one more example. As you can see, multiplication is not real difficult. Just be sure that you pay attention to your multiplication. Make sure when you're multiplying, you're careful and you put your decimal places in the right place. And then also make sure that when you get that final answer, make sure that first term is between 1 and 10. All right? And then let's do this last one. 6.5 times 10 to the 8th power. And then times 1.4 times 10 to the negative 5th power. All right. Same thing. 6.5. Once again, I'm just using the commutative property. I'm just rearranging. 6.5 times 1.4 is actually 9.1. All right, and then if I add the exponents, 8 plus negative 5 is 3. All right, 9.1 times 10 to the 3rd power. All right, 9.1 times 10 to the 3rd power. Had to make sure, I had to look at that again. All right, so thank you so much for watching. Share. Make sure you subscribe. Young Gurus Math Tutoring. I got the solution to your math problems. Deuces.